Here's the notes I gave you. You all have it in front of you, yes? Okay. There's two separate sections. See the section at the bottom and then the section at the top? The section at the top is kind of a shortcut of the section at the bottom. Okay? The section at the bottom has a vertex at HK. The section at the top just has the vertex at the origin. So everything is exactly the same, except this one has an HK. This one doesn't have an HK. Yes? But you recognize HK from yesterday, right? Only a little thing different. This has an A, and this has a 1 over 4p. Yeah? Okay, we're going to talk about that today. So, why am I teaching you so many different forms for quadratics? Well, because there's so many different kinds of pieces of information that you can be given, and I want you to have the best way to write the equation. Does that make sense? Okay, so we're probably going to mostly refer to this one if we know the vertex is somewhere else besides the origin. It would be silly not to refer to this one when it's at the origin because it is so much simpler. Okay, but whichever one I talk about, they're the same. It's just this one has a vertex at the origin, this has a vertex somewhere else. But remembering what we know from yesterday, we're fine, yes, with the vertex at HK. Yes? Because like right there, HK. Okay? Okay, so let's do some examples. First, before we get going, I want you to notice that we talked about a second ago, this one has 1 over 4p, right? I need you to know what p is. Okay? Never thought I would say that. That's weird. Okay. P is the distance from the vertex to the focus or the vertex to the directrix. Notice that the focus is a point and the directrix is a line. So we write the focus as a point and we write the directrix as a line. Okay? The other thing I want you to notice is that we're not only dealing with functional parabolas, not only parabolas that are functions, like vertical line test, it doesn't touch in more than one place, vertical line test, it doesn't touch in more than one place, right? These are functional parabolas. Notice that we're also dealing with horizontal parabolas, opening right and left. These are not functional parabolas because if I do vertical line test, it's touching the parabola in two places, right? But we're going to talk about that today because of the fact that this kind of equation, it's easily transferable with the value of p, if you know the value of p. Does that make sense? Okay. So I'm going to be giving you all sorts of different combinations of focus and directrix and vertex. Give you points that it passes through. I'm going to tell you which way it opens. And you're going to be able to write the equation of all of these parabolas based on the given information. Does that make sense? Okay. Now, for you visual people, not vertical people, hopefully you're all vertical people. For you visual people, I'm going to do a lot of graphing because if you can see it, if you can see the parabola, I think that really helps a lot. Okay? So, most of our notes are going to be taken on the graph paper. We're going to write in the different corners to help you figure out what's going on. Okay? So first I want to tell you the first example. The focus is at 0, -4, and the directrix is at y equals 4. Okay? So the focus is at 0, 4. I'm going to zoom in real quick. Maybe not that much. Where is 0, 4 on the graph? Sorry, 0, -4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the focus. And the directrix, how do I graph the line y equals 4? So it crosses the y-axis at 4. Thank you for showing me with your hands. Several of you that did. That's excellent. Okay. So, did I tell you where the vertex was? Could you make an educated guess where the vertex was? Where? Where do you think it is? It's at the origin, isn't it? That's the vertex, isn't it? Because the value of p is the same from the focus as it is to the directrix. So the vertex would be like almost the midpoint, right? Even though the vertex is a line, if I just took this point right here, wouldn't the vertex be halfway in between the focus and that point of the directrix? Does that make sense? Okay. Now, since the vertex is at 0, 0, I can kind of look at this top one, right? Now, I also need to know if this opens up or down. What I want you to notice by looking at these graphs that I gave you, where is the focus every single time? It's inside the parabola, right? The parabola is surrounding the focus. This way, parabola is surrounding the focus. So if you look at this graph again, which way does this graph open? It opens down, because here's the focus and here's the vertex, and it has to surround the focus, right? You saw how super careful I was graphing that parabola, right? I just went shh, shh. It really helps if you make the noise. See, mine's wonky because I didn't make the noise, so I should have made the noise, right? So if I want the equation of this parabola, I've got to know the value of P. What is it? I agree with you if you say 4. I agree with you if you say -4 for several reasons. Okay? P is a distance, isn't it? So it can't be negative. But we know that this opens down. So we kind of need to say it's -4. With the vertex at the origin opening down, I want to use this equation, 1 over 4p x squared. Y equals 1 over 4p x squared. So when it's time to write the equation, I write y equals 1 over 4p x squared. And then I'm done. Questions? So what about example 2? Example 2, I'm going to tell you the vertex is at the origin and the directrix is at y equals -5. So here's the vertex. The directrix crosses the y-axis at -5. Right here. Yeah? So which way does this open? So it's really great that you know that the focus is inside of the parabola. Where does that put the directrix? On the outside of the parabola, right? Can we say it's always on the bottom? Because right here it's on the top, and right here it's on the left, and right here it's on the right, right? So directional words don't really work here, except for inside or outside, right? Those kind of work. So you think that this parabola opens where? Up? Again, I didn't make the sound, and it's all wonky. Sorry. Can you tell me the value of P in this problem? And how do you know that? Could you tell me the focus if I asked for it? Where's the focus? No. Try again. 0, 5. Remember, the focus is a point, so we have to name it as a point, right? So tell me the equation of this parabola. Y equals